The Silk Road has always been more than just a trade route. It's a pathway full of untold secrets and wonders. Imagine hidden cities buried in desert sands, where forgotten civilizations once thrived. Picture breathtaking landscapes, snow-capped mountains, lush valleys, and vibrant markets buzzing with life. Along this legendary route, every stop has a story that feels larger than life. Get ready to uncover the secrets and wonders of the Silk Road like never before. Zhangye Geopark in Gansu Province, China is known for its vividly colored sandstone mountains, layered in red, yellow, orange, and gray bands stretching for miles. A unique feature is the wave-like folding of these layers that aligns with the slope of the terrain but varies irregularly in spacing and shape. A 2008 geological survey recorded triangular fracture patterns in sandstone blocks that interlock uniformly without signs of tensile stress, raising theories of unusual subsurface pressure. Some mountain slopes also show shallow spiral cracks that do not penetrate the bedrock and do not align with current wind erosion models. Chemical analysis of colored bands revealed that iron and manganese levels fluctuate in cycles every 9 to 11 layers, hinting at an unknown periodic process during sedimentation. At several higher elevations, fine powdery soil layers rest atop solid rock with no visible nearby source, suggesting possible ancient atmospheric deposition mechanisms. The Mongolian Steppe stretches across flat or gently rolling terrain, covered with drought-resistant native grasses such as steppe and festuca, forming an open and unobstructed landscape. The term steppe in Mongolia refers not only to the natural environment, but also to a traditional nomadic lifestyle where people move seasonally and maintain semi-nomadic herding systems. Its ecosystem remains stable due to the presence of wild animals like Przewalski's horses, Mongolian foxes, and steppe eagles, all well adapted to semi-arid conditions. An old legend tells of a grey, masterless horse that leaves no tracks and disappears when stared at, often seen during solitary evenings on the steppe. This region was the origin of major nomadic empires such as the Mongol Empire, whose cavalry expanded and connected Eurasia through ancient trade routes. Archaeological remains show continuous signs of settlements, tombs, and early metalworking activity that date back thousands of years on this land. Issyk-Kul Lake is a high-altitude saltwater lake that never freezes in winter due to warm groundwater and great depth. The watercolor changes with light, from turquoise to dark blue, while snow-covered mountains around the lake create a sharp contrast between warm water and dry, cold air. The lake bed has a complex shape with uneven shelves and deep pits, causing rare underwater convection. Some explorations have found deep rock structures shaped like ancient foundations, but their origin remains unclear. Historical records mention a sunken city after a strong earthquake, leading to archaeological theories that are still unproven. The lake hosts endemic fish and migratory birds and is now protected as a biosphere reserve with international monitoring. Venice is the only city in Europe built entirely on water, with over 100 small islands connected by canals and stone bridges, forming an urban layout without motor roads. What is remarkable is that all its structures stand on millions of wooden piles driven deep into mud and clay, many of which remain intact after more than 900 years due to constant submersion that prevents decay. A strange phenomenon was discovered at San Marco Square, where the stone pavement subtly flexes with tidal cycles, acting like a surface that breathes slowly in response to pressure shifts. The name Venice comes from the ancient Veneti people, who lived along coastal marshes and developed water-based construction methods before Roman times. When studying the city's address system, researchers found that Venice does not use house numbers, but rather assigns canal codes to each zone, allowing locations to be identified by waterway rather than street. This system reveals the city's extraordinary level of adaptation to a shifting, unstable aquatic environment. Rhodes Island, located in the southeastern Aegean Sea, played a key role in ancient maritime routes and once hosted the massive Colossus of the Sun, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The base believed to support the statue was built with interlocking grooved stone blocks designed to distribute weight and resist tilt without using mortar. During a 2002 survey, archaeologists found an ancient well cluster beneath Rhodes City with lining stones marked by linear symbols that do not match any known Greek script. Sections of the ancient city walls show outer stones treated with a lime and stone powder compound for saltwater resistance, but the formula remains unknown. Paving stones in the Western Fortress Zone exhibit microcurvature under precise measurement, indicating they were shaped to manage runoff without surface drainage channels. Some temple-building stones on the island are made of mineral types not found in Rhodes' native geology, suggesting large-scale material imports not documented in historical texts. Red Beach is located in the delta plain of northeastern China and is known for its bright red marine vegetation covering the entire intertidal zone. The dominant plant here is Suaeda salsa, a salt-tolerant succulent that turns from green to bright red by the end of summer. The ecosystem attracts many rare migratory birds, such as red-crowned cranes, black-billed gulls, and spoonbills that come to feed and nest seasonally. In a 2010 survey, biologists found that the root system of Suaeda forms a thick, spiral-shaped fiber network rather than spreading horizontally like other related species. Local residents have passed down a story of faint pink light emerging from the mud at night, lasting several minutes before disappearing without any trace on the water. A special experience at Red Beach is walking along the raised wooden paths through the red vegetation, where visitors can see the synchronized movement of the plants swaying with the wind, like a continuous wave stretching to the horizon. Athens is set in a natural basin enclosed by 3 low mountain ranges and facing the Saronic Gulf, giving it both protection and maritime access for thousands of years. At the summit of the Acropolis, structures like the Parthenon incorporate a curvature technique where stone columns are slightly convex to counter optical distortion, detectable only through precise measurement. A discovery in 1885 revealed a hidden terracotta drainage system beneath the hilltop surface, designed to keep the limestone foundation dry even during heavy rain. Near the Agora, archaeologists found a carved tablet listing penalties for cheating in the Panathenaic Games, including lifetime bans, showing how detailed and strict athletic laws were in ancient Athens. One ancient stone-paved road connecting Agora to the Acropolis was found with uneven slopes, which when aligned with solar angles matches the sunrise on the first day of the old Attic calendar. This raises the possibility that Athens' urban layout was deliberately aligned with astronomical events, not merely shaped by geographic convenience.
Em uma câmara subterrânea de armazenamento, arqueólogos encontraram uma tábua de argila com caracteres que não se assemelham a nenhuma escrita cuneiforme conhecida, organizados em um padrão espiral simétrico parecido com um diagrama matemático. Algumas pedras de fundação de grande porte foram encontradas com leve capacidade de rotação em torno de um eixo central, quando submetidas à força suave, sugerindo um conhecimento antigo sobre equilíbrio dinâmico na construção. Babilônia não foi apenas o símbolo do poder mesopotâmico, mas também um local repleto de detalhes arquitetônicos e fenômenos arqueológicos que continuam sem explicação. Sob o complexo do templo Esagila, foram reveladas as fundações de uma enorme estrutura retangular sem escadas ou pontos de acesso, o que levanta dúvidas sobre sua função em comum. Essas evidências indicam que Babilônia pode ter servido não apenas como capital imperial, mas também como repositório de conhecimentos científicos esquecidos.
Phu Quoc is a large island located in the Gulf of Thailand, surrounded by smooth sandy beaches, near-shore coral reefs, and a primary forest system stretching from the interior to the coastal edge. The island's terrain includes submerged sand ridges and coastal rock beds that form isolated ecological zones where rare marine creatures live and reproduce in cycles. One lesser-known feature is the presence of large black sea urchins that appear at night in groups and gather in shallow water with rocky bottoms. In a 2014 survey, experts recorded a sudden change in salinity between two adjacent water zones less than 2,000 feet apart, with no obvious separating current or boundary. Local fishermen have repeatedly seen the beach surface form evenly spaced spiral marks which occur at the same time each year. popular activity is snorkeling near the shore, where sunlight passing through the clear water highlights coral clusters shaped like bowls, discs, and floating blocks. Haeundae is South Korea's most famous beach, located on the southeastern coast with a long, flat shoreline that gently extends into the sea. Its natural uniqueness lies in the sand, which is not formed from rock, but mainly from crushed shells and marine organisms, giving it a bright color and high reflectivity. This beach is also home to small, purple-red crabs and thin green seaweed that only grow in low alkaline water. At the start of summer, the shoreline often reveals shallow pools between sand ridges due to intermittent tidal withdrawal, a rare phenomenon in continental seas. The most special experience at Haeundae is walking along the wooden path near the waves, where you can feel changes in temperature as thin layers of water wash over the surface with each gentle wave. Mount Kinabalu is the highest peak on Borneo Island and part of Kinabalu National Park, known for its exposed granite massif with smooth, sloped surfaces stretching for thousands of feet without clear stratification. A rare feature is the presence of nearly parallel surface grooves at the summit, about 2 inches deep and running for hundreds of feet, not consistent with typical erosion or weathering. A 2011 geological study recorded scattered magnetic anomalies along the slopes with no correlation to detected mineral content, leaving their origin unexplained. At granite jungle transition zones, high-altitude plant species form narrow bands along geological fractures instead of spreading widely, suggesting influence from subsurface conditions. Another anomaly is that some boulders have separated into curved layers without vertical cracks, raising hypotheses about a pressure release mechanism not previously documented. Mount Nemrut in eastern Turkey is known for a royal temple tomb complex built at its summit, featuring massive stone statues with detached heads, aligned symmetrically along an east-west axis. A rare feature is that the statue bases are made of compacted rubble layers, which help absorb pressure and prevent cracking under the heavy stone loads. A 2003 geophysical survey revealed an egg-shaped void beneath the central stone mound with unusual magnetic properties, but access is blocked by dense stone layers. Some statue heads are rotated away from their original orientation without signs of impact or natural disaster, suggesting undocumented human alterations. Certain large stone slabs have carved grooves in spiral patterns of uneven depth, not connected to the statues or foundation, leaving their function unclear. Many erected stones contain mineral types not matching the local geology, indicating long-distance transport by methods not fully explained in historical records. The Gobi Desert in Mongolia is mainly a rocky and dry grassland area, with flat terrain mixed with low hills and sand dunes shaped by swirling winds. Some zones show deep, nearly perfect circular sinkholes in solid ground with no signs of collapse around them, raising questions about how they were formed. This region is home to wild animals, such as Bactrian camels, snow leopards, and steppe wolves, many of which survive only in cold, dry environments. Gobi is also an important wintering ground for migratory birds and contains drought-resistant plants with high ecological value. Research teams have discovered dinosaur fossils deep in compact gravel layers, along with sediment that shows curved marks not matching nearby rock structures. Visitors can join outdoor fossil surveys and see prehistoric animal tracks still visible on the dry ground, useful for studying climate change and Earth's geological history. Toba Lake, located in the northwest of Sumatra Island, is a freshwater lake formed inside a giant volcanic caldera and is considered one of the largest known caldera structures on Earth. Its uniqueness lies not only in its vast size, but also in its deep blue water that remains stable throughout the year and clearly reflects the surrounding terrain. Scientists have found sediment layers at the bottom of the lake containing volcanic ash particles dating back tens of thousands of years, helping to clarify one of the largest eruptions in Earth's geological history. Toba Lake holds important ecological value as it is home to many endemic fish species, and the forest around the lake still contains tropical vegetation that remains largely unexplored. According to local accounts, people have witnessed the lake's surface rising unexpectedly without rain or landslide, along with white vapor columns rising from the water at dawn. Visitors often choose to ride boats to the central part of the lake, where the water becomes completely calm and surrounding sounds are almost entirely muted. The Thar Desert is located in northwestern India and spans a semi-arid region with sand dunes, low basins, and alternating layers of soil and limestone. Its terrain is marked by a mix of mobile dunes and compact ground, creating visible sand flow patterns that shift seasonally without requiring strong winds. In a 2015 survey, geologists discovered a basin zone with soil layers containing needle-shaped crystalline structures not previously recorded in deserts at similar latitudes. Thar supports a species of sand lizard that can adjust its pigmentation based on the light frequency reflected from the ground, a rare adaptive trait. Local stories describe faint light moving near deep sand grooves at night, which fades away without leaving any trace. A unique activity in Thar is walking across mobile dunes at dawn, when the dry surface layer cracks into thin scales and produces soft, rhythmic snapping sounds with each step. The Dasht-e Kavir Desert stretches across central Iran. Known for its cracked clay surface and vast salt flats, that form rare natural polygon patterns. One unusual feature is the desert's center, where a dry crust less than 12 inches thick covers highly saline wet clay, causing survey vehicles to sink despite a firm appearance. Scientists have documented long surface grid patterns extending hundreds of yards, shaped by strong evaporation and repeated ground expansion beneath salt layers. In some salt basins, thin salt ice layers appear at night without visible surface water, a rare phenomenon captured only by satellite images. Access to certain parts of the desert is still restricted today due to extreme ground instability and dangerous salinity levels for humans. Samarkand is located on a high plain with fertile alluvial soil and once supported ancient oasis farming through river water and underground channels. The name Samarkand dates back to ancient times, combining Samar and the Persian suffix Kand, meaning city, reflecting its role as an old urban center. The area once grew wheat, grapes, pomegranates, and temperate fruit trees, supported by traditional irrigation systems. A legend says a hidden underground library beneath Samarkand holds thousands of ancient manuscripts in different languages, though no clear evidence has ever been found. Many archaeologists still consider it one of the city's unsolved mysteries. For over 2,500 years, Samarkand served as a major center of learning and trade under empires like Persia, Greece, and Timur, playing a key role on the Silk Road connecting east and west. The Alai Valley lies at high altitude, surrounded by sharply divided mountain ranges, with alpine grasslands, glaciers, and U-shaped cliffs formed by glacial erosion. It is home to rare animals like snow leopards, mountain sheep, and golden eagles, along with plants that survive cold and low oxygen at over 9,800 feet. Researchers found polygonal rock blocks scattered on slopes without signs of erosion, raising questions about their natural origin. Some areas have shown abnormal compass readings and temporary disorientation during movement, with no clear explanation. Visitors can go trekking, examine sediment layers, explore the strange rock formations, and assist in terrain surveys with expert field teams. Phnom Kulen National Park in northern Cambodia features an east-west sandstone mountain range that serves as the source of major streams and waterfalls flowing toward the Angkor Plains. A unique feature is the riverbeds carved with hundreds of submerged geometric shapes and linga symbols known as the Thousand Linga, though their origin and tools remain undocumented. In a 2007 survey, researchers discovered a flat stone platform over 260 feet long, hidden in the forest, with regularly spaced circular holes every 2.1 feet, but no visible link to any surviving structure. High points within the park have yielded ancient pottery fragments lying in shallow soil at summits where no permanent settlements are known, suggesting temporary ritual use or resting stations yet to be fully studied. Alexandria, located on the Mediterranean coast, was a major center of knowledge and maritime trade in the ancient world, built on a base of coral limestone mixed with marine sediment, creating a unique geological foundation. A key technical feature is that ancient port structures were built directly onto submerged rock platforms, using recycled stone columns and flat foundations from earlier ruins. In a 2004 underwater survey, researchers found rectangular stone blocks about 50 feet offshore, with cuts so smooth that the seams are nearly invisible, suggesting an unknown surface finishing technique. Some remains of ancient piers show signs of sea current channels that helped relieve wave pressure and stabilize foundations under changing tides. Stone inscriptions recovered from the seabed show carvings nearly 0.6 inches deep, with no signs of natural erosion, raising questions about the durability of the base material. Many sunken columns have retained their original axial alignment despite earthquakes and seafloor shifts, indicating highly precise reinforcement methods not fully documented in historical records. The Myeik Archipelago in southern Myanmar consists of over 800 islands in the Andaman Sea, known for its blend of primary rainforest, limestone coasts, and shallow coral reef systems. Many islands feature symmetric, sawtooth-shaped coastlines, with headlands projecting at 150-foot intervals, a pattern not explained by typical erosion models. A 2004 study recorded circular brackish lakes hidden in dense forest interiors with no visible inlets or outlets, suggesting isolated underground water systems beneath the islands. Some nearby coral reefs grow in spiral clusters rather than irregular masses, despite stable light and current conditions, and this pattern remains unexplained. Several islands are still unnamed and lack full survey data, leaving much of the region's geological and ecological potential largely unexplored. The Zagros Mountains stretch along eastern Iraq and feature complex folded rock formations forming long trenches and nearly parallel cliffs extending for hundreds of miles. Many enclosed valleys here contain water-filled basins year-round, despite lacking visible inflow or outflow, raising questions about undiscovered underground streams. A 2004 geological survey found a rock face with evenly spaced arc-shaped grooves located about 26 feet above the ground, stretching over 160 feet, with no tool marks, leaving its origin unknown. Deciduous forests in the highlands show clear vertical vegetation zones, with some plants growing only on certain slopes, indicating wind and sunlight-driven micro-ecological patterns. Some eroded limestone surfaces expose natural hexagonal crack patterns spread evenly across sloped ground, with no confirmed explanation for their distribution. Many caves in the mountains feature deep passages that end abruptly at smooth rock walls, with no openings or collapsed traces, adding to the mystery of the mountain's internal structure. Damascus is considered one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a network of ancient streets and overlapping architectural layers from Roman, Byzantine, and early Islamic periods. A major feature is the underground stone water system stretching thousands of feet, with arched pressure tunnels and evenly spaced access wells, indicating advanced hydraulic engineering. In a 2006 survey, researchers found a sealed stone corridor beneath the southern foundation, containing engraved slabs with symbolic patterns that do not match known religious or administrative symbols in the region. Inside ancient shrines, some painted walls have developed semi-gloss surfaces that reflect light at angles, suggesting the use of rare mineral-based paint techniques. At key intersections in the Old Quarter, street pavers are interlaid in offset layers to appear level even on subtly sloped surfaces, showing visual correction in construction methods. Some ancient walls still show deep triangular engravings arranged in axial alignment, with no confirmed function, leading to unverified theories about their purpose in the overall structure. The Sulu Sea lies in the southwestern part of the Philippines and is enclosed by major island groups, forming a basin with sharply varied depth. The seafloor features steep cone-shaped sinkholes, some of which cannot be measured with standard sonar due to unstable signal returns. In a 2007 study, scientists recorded a mid-depth water layer with unusually high density that did not sink as expected, suggesting unknown chemical components. This area supports a rich, deep-sea ecosystem, including bioluminescent species such as a jellyfish that lacks light-sensing organs yet navigates accurately in darkness. Local accounts mention a vertical water column rising in the open sea, rotating upward before vanishing without leaving any trace. A standout experience is diving along the deep reef edges, where participants can observe slow-drifting clusters of glowing organisms moving through the darkness at great depth.